Hey y'all, this is Diamond White, Antoine Massey's girlfriend.
New Orleans jail escapee Antoine Massey has pled not guilty to domestic abuse and vehicle theft charges. He had been on the run for 6 weeks after escaping the Orleans jail with 9 other inmates.
I got on the stand yesterday. I was a witness supposed to be for the state. I wound up, letting everybody know the truth, the jurors, the judge, the DA, which I've been letting the DA know the truth. And they still wound up finding him guilty today, which is weird.
It took the jury more than an hour to deliberate and come to a verdict, finding Antoine Massey guilty of all charges.
A verdict has been reached in the trial of Antoine Massey, one of the inmates who escaped the Orleans Justice Center in St. Tammany. Massey was found guilty of charges of kidnapping and strangling his then girlfriend.
So you were appointed to be there. So when you walked in the courtroom, what was the experience like? Did you see Antoine and what happened from that point?
Yeah, I seen Antoine. I told him, I worded it to him that I love him and stuff like that.
What's going through his mind as far as you could see when you look at him? Was he in fear? Was he?
I know he suffered with anxiety, so I could tell his anxiety was up, his nerves was bad, because how he was moving and looking around.
Did you guys share a moment to where you looked at each other and?
We couldn't do that because, listen, the DA, once they saw Antoine look back at me and like I blew a kiss, they approached the judge and they had it to where I couldn't sit on the third row because they moved me from the second row. I couldn't sit by his family. I couldn't sit by anybody that was associated with him. He couldn't look back. He couldn't look around, or they were going to try to say he was tampering with the witness.
The charges stem from a violent incident in November of 2024 with his girlfriend.
So this trial pretty much had to do with what happened between you guys, and the reason he was
supposed to. What I told the people, because it never really happened, but it's just what I said.
So Diamond, so what type of questions? What type of questions were they asking you when you hit the stand?
They asked me if I was still communicating with Antoine. I told them I was because I contacted his family for them when I came home to get in contact with Antoine. Was I ever here? And I'm like, no, I was never here, because if Antoine was home today, I'll be having him every chance I get.
During the trial, Massey's girlfriend recanted during testimony, saying that the accusations she made against Massey, saying that he beat her, kidnapped her, and raped her, are not true.
The victim is coming to you to let you know on the stand, in front of a judge, in front of a jury, in front of a judge that can just be like, well, you told me you lied on the stand. Come on, go ahead and arrest her for perjury. Falsifying a police report.
She went back on her statements, and prosecutors said that that is the result of Massey's girlfriend being a victim of domestic violence.
I was regretting, I wish I just would have never called the police and made these charges up. I wasn't expecting for it to go this far.
Massey's girlfriend is now facing charges in Orleans Parish for helping him escape from the Orleans Justice Center with 9 other inmates.
Do you fear for your life at all, as far as them coming after you legally or anything?
Legally, yeah, because I go to court December 17th, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what the outcome may not be. I don't know if I'm gonna be home for Christmas.
You go to court in December for your own trial?
Yeah, for my own stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if my bond gonna be revoked. I don't know how it's gonna be, because how everybody was making it seem like if I don't testify and say what they wanted me to say, I'm gonna be back in jail. But see, I can't speak too much on that. So then they made it as if in court I was fearing for my life, I was scared, all type of stuff that I didn't agree with. Like I never said that I was coming to court to talk to the judge, to let the judge know I don't want a protective order, because I don't need you to protect me. I don't want a protective order put in place. And still right now, all them protective orders and all that, baby, look, I'm my own person. You can't put nothing on me. I don't give a damn if you do put it in paperwork. You human just like me. You don't control me. Because if I won't talk to Antoine, I'm going to make way and find a way to talk to him. You can put me in jail. I'm going to find a way to talk to him if I won't talk to him.
Right, at least communicate.
That's not going to change nothing.
Right.
So I know since I didn't cooperate with St. Tammany, see, this DA was even coming to my court talking to the judge how much he need me to be in court. I think that's the only reason why I got a bond. Because the DA from St. Tammany came and said how much he needed me to be in court for his trial. So I know when I go back to court, I might not come home. But it is what it is. You only can hold me for a certain time period.
What would you be facing though?
What you mean?
As
Like
far
as a time
as far as a crime, yeah.
They told me that they are trying to multi-bail me for principal and simple escape and obstruction of justice. You know, when you get multi-bail, that means that you gotta have these charges 3 and 4 times and stuff like that. This is my first time ever getting these type of charges.
Do you have an understanding of what type of time you would be facing if they were to keep you?
I don't know. Because I was told maybe 10, maybe 15.
Oh my
but
God!
I'm not a murderer. So they trying to give me time as if they was giving somebody for robbery or, some big crimes. This is little minor stuff. Y'all mad because y'all didn't do y'all job and they was let out of jail. Y'all mad at the wrong people. So I really don't know how court will turn out for me. They trying to save both of us, seem like right now. You don't work, if you don't help them, you're going down too. Once I wasn't saying what he wanted, the DA wanted me to say on the stand, you ready to hold me in contempt of court and all this. You want to hold me in contempt of court. Take my phone. I'm letting you go through the phone, but you still want to hold me in contempt of court. You know by you holding me in contempt of court, that's going to revoke my bond in Orleans Parish. So you was trying to be evil. Because I wasn't saying what you wanted me to say on the stand. So it seems personal to me. How I'm stuck on how you're going to tell me I was there. And there's no proven evidence. No kits was done. None of that was done. But you still arresting that person and convicting that person of that, finding that person guilty of that. And there's no evidence. The victim is stating that she was never kidnapped. She was never beat on. She strangled. None of that. That's not right. I feel like since the escape happened and he was let out of Orleans, they're just trying to, I guess, get back at him. I don't know.
Massey was one of the 10 men who escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail in May. He will be sentenced on the rape and kidnapping charges in February.
When you stated that you were assaulted by Antoine, when the police interviewed you, you were actually assaulted, right? Could you
I got assaulted by ex-friends, like I've been letting them know. And the girl who I wound up, finding Antoine cheating on me with, me and her pulled up, we fought. Now, it was just supposed to be me and her. But a popped out, and he was helping his friend out. So I wound up getting jumped by a woman and a male.
So that's what made it easy for the police to believe that Antoine did it, because you was actually assaulted.
Yes, but my thing is, all they have is what I said. Y'all don't have any evidence. You don't have no video footage of me and Antoine fighting.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
pissed off.
Wait, Diamond, you're saying so? You say they have footage of it. That's something they played in court.
Yeah, they played the ring footage. The ring footage was really nothing. You see me, like, the DA kept trying to make it seem like, well, look how you walking up the stairs. I said with a smile on my face. So why was this even presented if you're trying to win a case?
What? So from this point, is he facing life though? From this point?
Yes.
When is sentencing?
February 12th. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see if I can speak to the judge to lighten his heart and stuff on the sentence.
Are you guys able to talk at this point? Are you able to speak with Antoine, like on the phone?
Oh no! If I talk to Antoine, they're gonna try to add more violation of protective orders. And the only reason why the DA, Zachary Popovic, pressing the issue about the protective order was because he came to my house. What DA, comes to a victim's house, sit on my couch, going over the questions that you're going to be asking me in court? Of course, when I was in jail and y'all came to my court dates, I cooperated with y'all. I was vulnerable. I'm in jail. Who wants to be in jail? If I feel like y'all can help me get out of jail, I communicated with y'all. I told y'all what y'all wanted to hear. I'm home now. So all that's off the table. So after I stated that I didn't want to meet with him, that's when the threats about charging Antoine with violation of a protective order. So it seemed like it's personal with this man.
Orleans Parish Jail escapee Antoine Massey has been convicted on charges he faced before he broke out.
During the trial, was there at any point did they bring up or try and create a situation around the escape?
Yes, they kept bringing it up. Where, have you ever seen this man before? Do you remember? Just bringing up about the escape, which I felt like that should have never been brought up. That's not what we're talking about today in today's court. That's not what his charges is in St. Tammany. So that should have never been brought up.
Antoine Massey preparing to stand trial on separate violent charges in St. Tammany. Investigators say this is tied to a November 2024 incident where he allegedly attacked a woman and violated a protective order.
I just want people to know how, like, the detective did, Detective Katie Reagan. She lied on the stand and said that I never came to her to ask about getting a withdrawal. I wanted to withdraw of all charges. This lady, Katie Reagan, only gave me an intent to withdraw slip for the kidnapping. Then she got on the stand and made it seem as if that's the only charge I wanted to drop. Katie Reagan called me prior to me going to meet with her to drop the charges. Well, first she told me asked me why was I being so hostile with her. She's only trying to help me when she called me. Because I'm like, I already told you I don't want to proceed with the charges, so just stop calling me with it.
Right.
She called me a couple hours later stating that, are you sure you don't want to press charges because Antoine is communicating with his baby mother? Why would you tell me something about Antoine communicating with his baby mama? What that have to do with what you trying to prove?
Right.
The case. That have nothing to do with the case. So you was trying to piss me off for me to come and say what you wanted me to say.